Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tyler's Tiger Talk. So it's been a couple days, more than a couple actually, since I've recorded. I recorded Saturday after the Arkansas win. I was finally feeling a little bit better after that game. I had the flu all week, and unlike Harold Perkins, I was not moving around. I was in the bed all week, and that man is just a freak, and I'm not him. But he led LSU obviously to that huge victory just with this physicality and his mindset on the field. He's insane and like me and um other, let's say, sports analysts and announcers and whoever you want to throw into that pile. We've said Harold Perkins needs to be on the field. Um, most of the time, right? He's just a freak, and you saw that on the Arkansas and Alabama game. He's just ridiculous. He's your best player on the football field on defense, and I said I said this for Alabama, and you can even look to my last video and last couple videos before the Alabama game. Was I talked about how important it was for Harold Perkins to be on the field against Alabama. And I said, if Harold Perkins gets past his defender, and you can quote me on this, you can go back and see, it's just him and Bryce Young, and Bryce Young is not fast enough, and Harold Perkins will get to him. And that's something I didn't hear a lot of, and you obviously hear a lot of it now because it's now you have a little bit more faith in him because you see what he can do. But even when we didn't see a lot that Harold Perkins could do, I had complete trust in him, and I said, listen, him and Bryce Young on open grass, he's gonna get to Bryce Young. And guess what he did? He got to Bryce Young when he was free, or when he broke off his defender. And I'm telling you, that dude is a lot. I won't say a lot smaller than some of those O linemen, but he's definitely smaller than him, and he pushes through. Or I like that thing he was doing a lot in the Arkansas game, where he's almost getting under him and driving him, and getting to Hornsby and stuff. And it was just he's fun to watch, and he makes defense a lot more entertaining. He's a freak, and if he wanted to, he could probably go top 10 this year. I mean, he's just an animal. He's fast. He's athletic. He makes big hits. Dude's an animal. We said it all year, and now we've got him on the field almost all the time. So, um, obviously he willed that LSU team to a victory, and that offense just does not look good. You're coming off of a big win from Alabama, and physically, emotionally drained. You're going up to Arkansas, where it just had snowed. It's freezing, and it was just a different look from our offense. Very run. Ugh, can't speak. Run prone offensive attack. I felt like it was just almost like a let's just go run the ball and get out of here type of game for LSU. It didn't look like we were playing our best football on offense at all. And again, not trying to give LSU excuses, but when people see that, oh, LSU almost beat, I mean, LSU barely beat Arkansas. They only beat them by 30. That's not the whole story. But yes, LSU secures the SEC West. They're going to the SEC championship. Just crazy, unheard of to think about, especially after how LSU played in the beginning of the season. Uh, this LSU team can beat Georgia, despite what most people are probably going to tell you, and a lot of these people are telling you. Like, these ESPN analysts are just stupid, and they make no sense to me. And yeah, I'm not saying trust me fully and trust what Tyler has to say 100% of the time, but I have been right about every single game since I've started this podcast. Started this podcast after the Florida State game. Um, so I didn't call Florida State because I didn't even have a platform to call Florida State yet. I called every single game since then, though. And you were like, oh well, that's easy to call games like Florida or Mississippi State, but there were sports announcers, saying that we would lose to Mississippi State. We would lose to teams like Florida, this and that. And I've called every single one of those games, even Alabama. I told you we were going to beat Alabama, and guess what we did? We went and beat Alabama. Oh, you beat them by 1 point. It could have gone both ways. And yes, it could have gone both ways, but there were times when LSU had Alabama locked down, and as much as a lot of people love to say, oh, those officials were going for LSU, they definitely weren't. A lot of those plays that they missed where there was Alabama scored a touchdown and they might not have called a holding, and that's like a touchdown difference. LSU had Alabama by, but we're not going to talk about that. LSU beat Alabama and they got it done. They beat Arkansas. So you got UAB and you got Texas A&M. I mean, I would almost say 99% LSU is going to beat UAB, and then another 90% that LSU is going to beat Texas A&M, because there's always that a little room for error against Texas A&M. You kind of saw it with Arkansas. After they lost Liberty, and then they almost come and beat LSU. So there's still that little, okay, maybe Texas A&M could come back, which they're not, and beat LSU. But yeah. So this is my third time recording this video, but I've had 2 technical difficulties so far, so hopefully this doesn't crash. That would be optimal. But what I've said so far is I'm already fired up and annoyed from technology. So plus I'm fired up and annoyed about what these sports analysts are saying in general about how people are going so against LSU. And so people really just don't like LSU football program. They hate it. It's like, I see so much on Twitter and even TikTok when I see videos on TikTok about LSU's chances to get in. And a lot of it's Tennessee fans saying, no, LSU football fans are clowns if they think they're getting in. If LSU beats #1 Georgia in the SEC championship, they're winning an SEC championship and they're beating the #1 team in the country. Yes, they should be secured whether they lost to Tennessee or not. I understand why it's a question, but I don't understand why people wouldn't be able to accept it at the end of the day. Yes, LSU got their shit run, but this is a LSU team that has transformed since then. And if LSU beat a #1 Georgia, which Tennessee couldn't, and they couldn't a few weeks ago, this is not like Tennessee lost to Georgia, a month or two ago. They just lost to Georgia 2 weeks ago. So, and by 2 touchdowns. So if LSU beats Georgia, and plus in a certain fashion, of course I think they should be going top and into the college football playoffs. You beat the #1 team in the country, plus you win an SEC championship. It makes the most sense. What I would like to see, and what I know people would go crazy over and lose it, would be LSU, Tennessee, in Georgia. Let LSU and Tennessee have their rematch in one of the bowl games, and then Georgia and like Michigan or Georgia versus Ohio State, whoever wins that, and then let that decide who goes to the national championship. And I just don't understand why people are push for teams like TCU or Oregon when they're gonna get the shit run. Why waste a okay. Meant to give a disclaimer and a warning. There's going to be profanity, so if you don't like that, I'll count to 10 and let you hop out. All right. So now that the people who don't like profanity are gone, why the fuck would you let TCU and Oregon waste a spot in the college football playoffs when they are going to get their shit run? I don't give a flying finkle fuck if TCU is undefeated by the time they get to the college football playoffs. They're not good. If Toledo was undefeated right now, or Tulane, or one of those teams were undefeated right now, would you put them in the same boat? No. care that TCU beat the worst Oklahoma team that we've seen in years, or a really struggling Texas team. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Why is this a debate that TCU gets a role in the college football playoffs? It should be Tennessee. Yeah, it should be Tennessee, Georgia, and LSU, and Ohio State or Georgia, or Ohio State or Michigan. Whoever wins that game out of the two. These teams are not good. The SEC runs everyone's shit, and I don't know why people haven't seen that by now. Whether you throw TCU in, whether it's TCU facing LSU or Tennessee, they're going to get their shit run. So why waste a spot with a more deserving team? And this is thank God. This is thank God why they're extending the playoffs. Thank the Lord have mercy, because I'm tired of having these freaking headaches and stress attacks because people think these teams deserve a spot at the college football playoffs once the playoff gets extended to 12 teams. Then let them deserve it. Then let them get their shit run, but they get their shit run in a 12 team bracket. Let that happen then. But don't take a national championship away from teams like Tennessee or LSU when they have a way more deserving chance of winning the national championship than TCU or Oregon or any of the teams like that. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. And I'm gonna show you a couple of these videos of the wild crap that these people say that makes no sense, and they get paid to do this. People get paid to do this. Let me show you. This guy, I hate, double hate. He's just the worst. And you can see some of the comments.
LSU beat Alabama. LSU control their destiny in the West. LSU story.
This guy's fat. Not only is he fat, he's just fucking annoying. Like I want to absolutely sack this guy in the face. He'll find a way to go against LSU 100% of the time, and he is always fucking wrong.
Of the week. Why are they 3-point favorites against Arkansas, who just lost to Liberty? You know why? Because Arkansas is about to win the fucking football game.
You're about to win the fucking football game. Like he's out of breath. You're out of breath because you probably ate a pack of fucking Swiss rolls, buddy. Like this guy makes no fucking sense. Look, he's just gonna pick LSU until he's right and tell everyone I told you so. Like it hasn't been wrong for the past 4 weeks. Yes, I mean this guy fucking nailed it on the can't fucking speak, but you know what I mean. I mean he drives me crazy about that. Oh yeah, I forgot he's a Mississippi State.
He got sick before the game.
Yeah, but I mean this guy just makes absolutely no sense. People like this.
And have a mechanism in place. And
this guy also can't stand this guy. I made a video on this guy a few weeks ago about he was talking about how LSU gets the benefit of the doubt in teams like TCU or Oregon don't. When LSU lost it to Florida State at the beginning of the, and then you know what fucking happened after he said that shit? LSU went and beat Alabama, and this guy has no idea what the fuck he is talking about. I'm sorry. I know this is a different me, but I am pissed. I am very, very angry. I might not be yelling angry, but I'm pissed because people like this don't make sense to me. And this lady. Oh my god, this lady.
Watch the FIFA World Cup live on Fox.
Okay. I don't want to watch the FIFA World Cup. Soccer sucks. Okay. We're gonna kind of skip through this, but okay. Now, you might be thinking, Tyler, who is this dumb bitch? Well, let me answer that for you. Her name is Heather Dinich, and she is an absolute brainhead. I mean, an absolute doorknob in the brain. And not because she's a woman. There are a lot of women reporters that I respect and like, but this lady has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. 100% of the time. You know, I won't even say 100. I'll give her 90. 90% of the time, she has no idea what the hell she's talking about. I remember she had Oregon in her top 4, and this was what, a month after a month and a couple weeks after Oregon lost to Georgia horrendously, and she had Oregon at like number 3 or something like that, something ridiculous in her Final Four in the college football playoffs. This lady just doesn't know what she's talking about, is what I have to say. So it says, which school will win the most national titles in 10 years? And you're thinking Georgia, LSU with Brian Kelly now. Maybe even Alabama still, even though Alabama's kind of dying out and everyone's catching up to Alabama. Maybe even Alabama. I don't know. Throw another team you like, but what this lady says just makes me lose hope in these ESPN commentators. Like, just listen to what she said.
Conference. Lincoln Riley's done a great job already.
She picks USC to win the most national titles in the next 10 years. Am I fucking missing something? Am I missing something here? You want to know something? I'm trying to scoot my chair. I have not watched one fucking USC game this year. USC has not been good for years. Years. I want to look this up. Let's look this up. When's the last time USC has even won a national fucking title? See. Let's see. In football. Claim national titles. 2004. Make sure. I guess it's 2004. So a year after I was born. I am currently 19 years old. So they haven't won a national title in what, 18 years? And she thinks USC is going to win the most national titles in the next 10 years. And they haven't won one in... When's the last time they've even been in a playoff? Like, they're not good. And the shit this lady says, like, her and him and the other guy I showed you from the TikTok video, they make tons of money off this shit. And they don't know what they're saying. I don't get paid I don't get paid a cent for what I do. I enjoy doing it, right, more than these guys are. And I get what, 40 views at 100 views and 200 views at most. And these people have thousands, if not millions, of people watching them sometimes, and they spew off the worst shit. And it's just like, how are these people with a job? Like, it's not because she's a woman too. It's just because she's fucking dumb. I'm sorry. This lady's just dumb. She makes no sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But yeah. So you have LSU going to the SEC championship, and the big thing is in the controversy. If you looked at ESPN for college football right now, but the couple of videos you see, is can LSU if LSU wins out, what can they make it to the college football playoff if they beat like Georgia or whatever? And that's going to be the biggest talk until LSU beats Georgia and until we know the actual playoff ranking. That's why I say right now the rankings don't mean shit. And these people praise the rankings and the committee does. What is the committee doing? When they see the rankings week to week, and people hate LSU. If I pulled up my Twitter right now, which I'm not going to do, but if I pulled it up right now, I bet you would see Well, I am gonna pull it up. I'm not gonna show it, but I'm gonna pull it up. I'm signing in the wrong account. Let's just look up LSU football, just for the shits of it. I just want to see what people have to say. Just click on this SEC West video or tweet about LSU. I just want to see what people have to say because let's see. Guy says 55-17 Georgia. No, not at all. I think this is going to be a huge defensive battle, kind of like what you saw with Alabama. Congrats on the opportunity to get blown out by Georgia. Yeah, like these people, they hate LSU. They're gonna go. They said the same thing for Alabama. Alabama was gonna kill LSU, and look what happened with that. Until LSU proves themselves, these people are gonna be out for LSU. LSU's definitely, in my opinion, forget about the national championship things because LSU is gonna win a good amount of national championship in the next 10 years. But forget about that. LSU will become the most hated team in college football in the next few years. Not only will they win national championship, but they'll be the new Alabama. I just think people have it out for LSU. They really, really, especially this year, just do not like the idea of a 10-2 LSU team going to the national championship, college football playoffs, whatever. But hey, if you're 11-2 with a win against Alabama, win against Georgia, win against an Ole Miss team, in your SEC championship, I just don't see how they wouldn't get in. But we'll see. I know it'll upset a lot of people, even though they'll be the SEC championships and they beat the number 1 team in the country. I think it'll be a big battle of the defense, and I think Harold Perkins again will play a huge role in that game. A huge, absolutely huge role at stopping Stetson Bennett. He stopped the best quarterback in the league. That being Bryce Young. I know people love to say Hendon Hooker, but Hendon Hooker has some of the best wide receivers in college football right now. So it's pretty easy for him just to launch that ball downfield. I'll give Bryce Young this. He doesn't have the receivers like LSU, like Hendon Hooker and at Tennessee, but he's making it work, and that's why I think he's one of the best quarterbacks. And he's fast, and Harold Perkins shut him down. And Harold Perkins was not on that field against Tennessee. I don't even know if he played a snap against Tennessee. And now he's playing a lot. So he'll be a huge key in stopping that Georgia offense. And it's all about how LSU will execute on their offense and get past that Georgia defense, because it's going to be 2 really good defenses going at it. And Georgia does have a pretty good offense, so let's see how LSU can shut that down in December. I'm excited. We still got a little less than a month to go, but it's gonna be a fun game. So I'm gonna try to again keep on my same schedule. I kind of got behind with these videos after getting sick with the flu, and then I got once you get behind with the videos, I got behind on schoolwork, so then I had to catch up on that, not being able to do videos. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video today. I'm sorry I got a little fired up today. These people just piss me off. They make no sense. If you like videos like this, like me reacting to the sports analysts and absolutely destroying them, because that's what I do, just comment and tell me. Yeah, I mean, I like doing videos like this because I feel like it adds a more entertainment value to it, more than just predicting how a game will go or saying what I thought about a game. I get to tell you how dumb these sports commentators are. And I don't even want you to think I just had it out for Heather, because as dumb as Heather are, the other two guys are just as dumb, if not more dumb, than Heather. Joel Klatt, that other guy I pulled up on TikTok, just it don't make any sense. Yeah, so we have that. Let me see. Was there anything else I needed to talk about? UAB is coming up this weekend, last home game of the season. So, even though it's not going to be the greatest game, it'll still be a fun one to go to end it out in Tiger Stadium this year. So you got A&M, and then you got Georgia in December. What is it? Game's December 3rd. Oh, excuse me. December 3rd, I think. In Atlanta, so we'll meet Georgia then, and there's gonna be a lot to talk about with that. But we'll give it a few weeks. And let's hope we don't let anyone else sneak up on us like a Texas A&M. We don't want that. I don't think that's gonna happen. But you know, finish it 10-2, and you finished your season 10-2. Brian Kelly's first year at LSU. Whether you win a SEC championship or not, or national championship or not, you went 10-2 your first year, or in the regular season at least. And you brought your team to the SEC championship, and that's as much as you can ask for any coach. And he can do that his first year. Just imagine what is to come for this LSU football team in further years. So again, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like. I gave my little rant today on the stupid people of the college football world. So if you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe. Consider sharing this video. Leave me a comment. I like to respond to comments. Leave me a comment down below. If you have a question or statement, I'll answer it, either or. And as always, go Tigers.